I'm black, I don't keep it.
For me to even ask, say whether this guy use powder. I don't know if they don't powder.
The makeup artist has worked.
They actually know powder me. I woke up like this. You see, people don't rate me just because I'm black, and that's the problem.
So we
you mean you're fresher than
in this career that all of us are doing. You know the amount of trauma I've endured in the hand of makeup artists. If everybody want to do show, they just slightly powder everybody. They go sit down with me. They go use first layer with brown. And on top of that brown, they will call the sprinkle white just to make my face visible on TV, because apparently my shade of black.
But do you know why? That's why a lot of and that's what he said. Why a lot of the actors are moving from the darker shade to the lighter shade.
Okay, so you mean Esther get money? Establish.
Nice one. I understand my friend. 70-year-old man.
See, Solomon is not tech savvy or social media. Kenny is not here, by the way. Shout out to Kenny. He has some pending business too. Yeah. And apart from being a sports journalist and a chronic humanizer, he also
he's a board member on a very
he also runs international importer exporter. So it's not just Igbo main business. Kenny is there.
But I don't like the way you guys talk about my friend.
I know why it is his house that all of the activities happen.
And he's a beneficiary of the customer.
Yeah. Which activities are you talking about?
He doesn't want to use the
beneficiary of the importing exporting.
At the
end of the day, all
Jalek. I'm sure you watched this episode of our podcast. Please, I'm the only person here who will defend you.
Have we said any bad thing about Kenny?
What have we said?
All he said is the fact that he's a board member on a shipping company.
Listen to him. He said that my own brother, my brother man from Ogun State, to be precise, because he doesn't live in Lagos.
Kenny is not from Ogun State now.
No, he lives in Ogun State.
You see now, so he's actually the one. Let me find the word blasphemy.
No, it's not blasphemy. Kenny, I will always have your back. You're my good friend, and you know I love you. I'll love you forever, my good friend. I can share.
Tunde, it is brotherhood. They should not talk.
This one that they are arresting you. Very tall man. The way they will arrest you. The way they go to arrest you, don't believe it.
Very tall man. I can share a bond.
Bond them.
I never forget them. I know that I don't do this one. The bond, I don't do that one.
Please, EFCC, we don't share any bond.
We are not
sharing any bond. In case you want to arrest them, we don't see them.
The only thing we share is the podcast.
Yes. We don't used to talk. None of us know ourselves. It's only at the podcast we used to meet. When we meet, we disappear again. None of us know ourselves.
So the bond sharing is
you just said something. You just said something very erroneous now. You are who shared room in Cote d'Ivoire. So if you want to talk about brother,
like sharing bond now.
We did not share bond.
We share bond, but we know they share room.
I share room, I don't share bond.
Which one was the first way they share? They switch from one hotel to another. You can spot the difference. But and Kenny, we have discussions on how our lives can be better. What are we talking about here?
Please, if anything happens to me, it's John or yesterday that is responsible. John is trying to kill you. When have you again discussed anything that move your life forward?
We have they do.
Several locations
are from 25 to 20.
All of that. I want to surprise if both of them become Yamatech lecturers very soon. All of that correction they pass about the admission of Yamatech students.
and they've seen it through. They've seen it. They help progress.
Both of them, shout out to them. They've contributed massively to the Yamatech economy. Like John and Kenny alone. they are keeping Yabatech economy afloat. If carry babes go food village, buy food, the number of investors are benefiting, the students are benefiting, the ecosystem is functioning because of your sacrifice.
This is a huge lie from the pit of hell. I never for once contributed to Yabatech economy. This is a disclaimer. No, I am not a student of Yabatech. I've never been a student of that school. I only run a radio program in that school.
Are you in Yabatech 3 times a week?
Yes, and after my program, and after my program on the show, I go home straight. Even interestingly, you see where the bond started from. Immediately after our show, I and Kenny, we take a long trip. Instead of probably taking Uber or whatever, we have to trek from Yabatech.
That's the bond.
That's where the bond. So even on the road, we buy a lot of things. We buy shawarma, we buy suya. Even today, I'm part of it.
You share.
That's how you bond together with people. So all those economy, I don't know what you're talking about. My personal economy is my economy. I have no business with Yabatech crypto.
All right,
Esther bond.
He has disclaimed it. Let's leave the disclaimer.
Let us put out the disclaimer.
But well done on your efforts. I hear Yabatech is looking for a new rector. You should apply.
Esther can apply. Esther is now. Esther is now rich. So established. So she can apply.
Oh man. One of the Sports Vibe podcast, we play too much. Let's get this show. Let's get this show on the road. Today, young guest Solomon Edifre in the lovely whites and the jeans and the kicks, and John Ojet today looking fly as usual in his white Nikes. And we're ready to get the show on the road. I can't hear this not yet, like we said.
Shout out to him again.
Shout out to him.
We have to shout out the shout out.
And Yabatech. But yeah, let's dive into it. I don't know whether did you see what happened in the NNL?
Is it the handball NNL?
That is the volleyball. It is a volleyball.
His handball is just one hand.
But this one is.
We have seen hand of God, but this one is
no. This is a hammer hand of horror.
Àwọn tó máa ń bẹ́ṣù láàlú jẹun ni ó lè fi ọmọ bẹ́ṣù. No, seriously. What was that guy thinking?
No. Leave the guy. See,
the ghost too. So
no. The player can decide to be crazy. In fact, the player can be mad.
Okay, in football, before that thing, have you ever seen two hands like that?
I don't care. If you like.
We saw the hand of God. We saw that Maradona hand of God.
John,
it was not obvious. At that time, there was no VAR.
Yeah.
So when Maradona scored with that hand, a lot of people did not actually notice that it was hand. It was later replays and everything that showed.
You're not getting it.
The crazy thing about this goal
it happened twice.
Is that the rubbish guy actually could have scored with his head. And then even if the ball passes him, he had another teammate. Basically, the ball came in from a corner. It was a late goal, by the way. And he just right in front of the keeper went with his two hands and boom!
And the referee
saw the back of the net, and the referee let it go. And the goal stood.
The player can decide to be crazy. In fact, the player can decide to join the goalkeeper. I want to catch the ball. But the question is, will he enter the referee?
And that's why the referee has been immediately fired. For the first time in Nigerian football, we see instant swift. Literally the very next day he was relieved of his responsibilities as a referee.
You see, the thing is, there are a lot of behind the scenes that we don't know. Of course, we saw the video face value that happened. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I don't know if the referee have been even threatened during that game.
We've heard.
I don't forget that Jigawa Golden Stars were the team at home.
That's from yes.
And they have a large chunk of their fans in the stadium.
And the stadium doesn't have any protection. If you look at that video, there's nothing. There's no this barbed wire, something like a guard to stop the fans from. They can get on the video.
It didn't even look like there were fans there, to be honest. Actually, the crazy thing about this game, it didn't look like it was happening in the stadium.
It looked like it was football.
Yeah, it looked like it was the back of somebody's school or something, like one of those pitches at the back of schools.
To even buttress your point there, I saw one game between Abia Warriors and Enyimba. I told you that video. It was on social media. It didn't look like it was a stadium. It looked like it was. Abia Warriors had issues with their own turf one time, where they had to move to another. It looked like they were playing a football match in a secondary school. and that's where the issue of infrastructure, comes in, where we fail to upgrade our infrastructure. Well, shout out to teams like Remo Stars, who have a fantastic stadium. Teams like 3SC, the 3SC stadium, even the turf and everything is now making sense. But I'm sure that they can do better in the long run. I don't want us to divert. Let's still go back to that story. I was playing devil's advocate. I said, I don't know if probably the referee was threatened in the first place. Where
maybe it was possible. Maybe he had the 2 points, but
as I checked, he might have even been paid. We've seen issues where players are even the ones soliciting for referees to be played before match.
They won't contribute, not soliciting, but even contributing to.
Which is why he's been fired. I mean, he's been.
Maybe that's what gave the player the effrontery.
And yes,
to become a basketball.
Speaking of the player that dunked
into
a football net, he's been also punished, but in my opinion, extremely excessively. Missing this, he's been suspended for this entire season, the rest of this season, and the entire next season. So that's 1.5 suspension, 1.5 season suspension. For handball sounds crazy to me. Like, it seems like this is a refereeing issue. It's not
exactly. That's why I said the player can be seen. It's not
even a gambling issue.
No.
Ivan Toney that had a gambling issue, he was suspended for 8 months. Now, if you are suspending a player, but at least they still have about 10 games or thereabouts to the end of the season. Now, the entire 30-something games for next season, it doesn't make absolute sense.
And that's why I said
the referee should be the one that should be banished. The referee should be banished. I mean, you can give the referee 5 years.
I mean, I get the referee has even been fired. He's not suspended. He's no longer a referee assistant. He can now find work in that place. Who knows? Maybe
he can be a chef in a restaurant.
Maybe Kenny can even employ him.
But you know the thing about referees in Nigeria, they have side hustles. Even abroad, the referees
in Nigeria have side hustles.
You know there's side hustles. Everybody has a side hustle.
It's true.
Literally everybody, even the president gets that. That president special, only president they do.
No, he has side hustle.
President gets side hustle like that. But maybe I don't think that's. But
don't you think that for the referee, don't you think that they would have probably also reduced the ban?
Hey, see.
I know what he did was detrimental to the image of the
referee was not banned.
The 3 points don't come out though. In all this, the 3 points too. That's why actually my
question. The results stood.
So now the administrators. Then what about the administrators? They are the real perpetrators. You want something to act as a detriment or to serve as a detriment for that team not to do it again. Then you did not deduct the points or didn't deduct the points. Before I go on, I don't know if there are rules that states that if a referee has decided not to rule out a game, if the referee has decided not to rule out a goal in a game and the goal stands and the result also stands, I don't know if the league management have the right. If there are no reports,
they point deduction before.
Listen,
I
don't know if there are reports.
I don't know. They can't deduct points for that. It's not like it was a situation or something. Exactly. Something that happened on the pitch and the referee.
And there was no report. And also there was no report from the referee that states that this is the reason why the goal stood, or this is the reason, or maybe there was an error. There was no report of an error. It was during several replays that showed that the referee actually made a mistake. So I think it's not possible for them to adopt 3 points.
Anyway, I don't think this referee made a mistake. I think he did exactly what he was doing. I think the appropriate punishment has been meted out to him. Fire him, it's fine. No suspension. We don't need your type in the game of football. It's the player's zone that
what does the referee do with the first assistant? The referee and the first assistant.
Everybody involved, in fact. the match commissioner, even people that watch the match, ban them. That's my own personal decision. But like the player, in my opinion, 1.5 seasons is excessive. I understand that you cannot just give him a normal handball ban because this is not a normal handball. The way he did it was crazy. I've never seen
that before in my life.
Even in someone like
he jubilated though.
Even like Nigerian football standard, for someone to leap in the air and with both hands fire the ball into the net with all the strength.
And you say make you no jubilate. When referee already say this one na go, he will jubilate now. See, I don't even blame the player. I don't blame the player, but it's just the problem is that these are the things that bring stains to the image
of the league.
Nigeria. Not just the league, Nigerian football.
If this incident was not recorded and went viral on social media, we will not even be having
it might not have been attended to.
We will not be having this conversation. So many atrocities that happen in Nigerian football.
Exactly. I agree.
Pre-social media, pre-virality.
Yes.
And the authorities are aware of.
When recorded, the cameraman would.
And the authorities are aware of. There's a reason. A few years ago, lots of clubs in the lower divisions protested against clubs like Van Dessa streaming their games.
Yes,
because Van Dessa stream all their own games. So Van Dessa's opponents will be don't stream our own. What is it not a football game? Should you not be happy that your fans should be able to watch you even if it's on Van Dessa's platform? You'll be telling them, no, you can. No, streaming is not allowed in our own stadium.
It's part of the shenanigans now, because they know that their hands are not clean. There are things they want to perpetrate. So what you expect? You expect that they want to protect this nonsense they are doing at all costs. See, let me tell you, we can talk about the administrators the way we want. Even these clubs, they are so entrenched inside this nonsense, thing they are doing.
Do you think it's an ownership issue? Because let's segue a bit. Throughout the week, there has been some talk about the ownership structure of clubs.
I saw it.
Okay.
And we are learning that Tony Elumelu, a renowned business mogul, has confirmed that himself and other wealthy Nigerian business tycoons have been approached by the Minister of Sports, John Eno, to purchase some clubs in the Nigeria Premier Football League. So he made this comment on Twitter during the week, and he said that I quote, the sports minister, Senator John Eno, tagging him, is already thinking along the line and has approached me, and we are already evaluating viability. So do you believe is it even possible? Because I know that lots of these clubs, especially the big clubs, the NPFL clubs, are very strong political propaganda.
Yes.
Do you think it's even possible for state government to let the clubs go?
I doubt.
And if we somehow find a way around it, what does this bode for Nigerian football?
Okay. Let me talk from this. This I know. I don't want to mention it, but this I know. There's a club. Okay, if I mention this state, you know the club already. But there's a club in the southwest. When Sporting Lagos was coming up, they actually wanted to purchase that club. The club named its price, and the owners of Sporting Lagos were ready to pay. But eventually that day come true. You know why? It's a propaganda for the state government there. Those are clubs funded by state government, and they said no, that they won't. They are not willing to let go of the club to a private owner. So talking about billionaires coming to invest and buying over clubs, I doubt it. I think the best they can do is start their own and eventually grow into the Premier League. I think that's the best and the safest way.
For me, I think that it depends. You see what is happening in Rivers United at the moment. You see that it's like the present
administration.
The administration is not interested in. There are a whole lot of talk. Remember, they are although the Champions League allowance that was reduced from $500 I don't think it was because of the government. I think it's within the structure of the club. So I think it depends on the administration that comes in. That administration can decide to lay off. If it's not, it's because truth is a way of just taking government money. It's a form of expenditure. Nothing is coming in. The clubs are making money. The Nigerian clubs make money. True. So if you have a government,
when they put this out, it does actually describe as CSR, corporate social responsibility. Yeah. Meaning that they know they are not going to make money. They're not just do it as a form of giving back, basically.
Even the private entities are not making money.
You know how much it is to prosecute a single match day in the NPFL?
Especially when they travel away from home.
And you will. I'm not even cursing you or your family. You will quite simply never make your money back. You will never break even, let alone to be
As at 2019, the cost of prosecuting a game away from home in the NPFL is about 20 million naira.
True now, very true.
Now
so we're talking about hotel costs, yes. and remember they
traveling by bus.
And they are traveling by bus, not by plane.
By flight.
So I get it, but the reason is still not profitable is because of this same so-called government government own clubs that
no,
that
the reason it's not possible is because of interest. The league is not marketable. The league is not attractive.
And it's because
how many clubs actually make money from ticket sales? Like, so
okay,
that should have served as revenue if you own the foreign club. It's not existing. You cannot bank on if our 19 home games we are going to make so amount of money from this capacity stadium. You cannot bank on that because how many people will actually buy your tickets? How many people will buy your merchandise in the first place? So you are
even from jersey sales.
Yeah,
no, I get what you're saying, but this same thing is happening because of the kind of system the clubs are running. Now, imagine okay, I don't want to. It's not propaganda, but we're picking sporting Lagos at this point in time. I know to an extent that they are not making money, but they are going gradually towards making money.
Yeah, I don't want to discuss.
I'm not,
because I'm a friend of the house. But it is not. Please, you can never make the money. I'm
not saying they're making their money now. I'm not saying they'll make their money next season. I'm not saying they'll make their money 3 seasons from now.
Tell me the path through which they will make their money.
Okay, on the average, do you still like watching Sporting Lagos games?
Yes, I do.
That's the first thing.
Make the football attractive.
Exactly. You want to go to the stadium to watch it, right? That's the first thing.
Actually, okay, let me break this down. I actually frequent Sporting Lagos games. Even though I don't pay for tickets because I'm a journalist. But you know, the premium tickets are 5,000. The regular tickets are 1,000 or 2,000 thereabouts, and they have on a very good day. You see maybe. Okay, let me use the Sporting Lagos Remo Stadium. That's the best attendance. Even during Liverpool Manchester City, they still had about 4,000 people there, and that's the best attendance that me have seen since I've
okay.
4,000 times
5,000.
Now everybody pay.
4,000. No, wait now. No, 5,000. 20 million. Why did it cost 20 million?
Don't worry.
It's 20 million, my brother.
You are calculating 4,000 by 5,000. First of all, 5,000 is the premium ticket. The vast majority of people there did not buy premium tickets.
Okay.
A lot of people there were journalists to begin with.
Okay.
A lot of people there got free tickets because they needed the atmosphere.
Yes.
To you know intimidate the Southwest. But let's even assume that every single person of the 4,000, and then they don't always have 4,000. That's
what I'm saying. I'm not saying this season. I'm not saying next season. They are on the path.
There is no path. That's what we are trying to let you know. Like that part that you say they are on, it does not exist.
See, let me tell you, we've established this, and we said it that it's a CSR tool for the government.
I understand.
Now we've established that. We now talked about structure. My point is this: if these guys come in, the $10 and the Dangotes when they come in, when you've involved a lot of private sector, with time, they can find a way to start monetizing.
That's what I'm saying.
But for a start, in the next 5 years, no.
Like this, is it better rich people buy clubs?
No, we've had
eventually.
Why
the billionaire from Lemon Stars.
Why don't you always back out?
It's because
and the ones that have not backed out yet, it is a serious passion project for them.
Yeah, true.
Number two, they have other clubs elsewhere. Remo Stars owner has CD Fares in Portugal. The Sporting Lagos owner almost immediately after buying something, wanted to go and buy a club in Denmark.
Because
the money has to come from somewhere.
At the end
of the day, as a career businessman, someone that has made your name, like someone like Tony has made your name from putting money into things and doubling, tripling. That is his trade. It will be no matter which kind of CSI. At some point, you don't wake up on every weekend and I'm going to spend 20 million.
But let me tell you.
It's the same thing that happened to the.
I agree with you.
To the church-owned clubs that we've seen before.
You will get tired. Look, and this is not even actually peculiar to just Nigerian football. Generally in the world, club ownership is a thankless business. If you think of the owners that everybody hates the most, and the owners that are making profit.
Yes.
That's the place that things are working on.
Yes.
If you are making profit, it's because you are not signing players or you are not.
You are not spending so big in the transfer market.
And the club fans will be hating on you and be wishing you out. If you are in this for the profit, club ownership is not really. That's even where things are working. Let alone hear that things are not working.
Yeah.
Where is the money going to come from? The best I can probably see is maybe you build your football to the point where, like Remo Stars are doing, where you can get real transfer fees.
Fees
for
for selling players.
For selling players.
Yes.
So like,
and you have an academy where you produce a lot of players.
You see, that guy is a businessman. Now, this is what we are saying. Now, you just buttressed my point now.
Okay, now.
Now they see what the Monsters are doing. They can now learn from the structure. Also get somebody who knows the football part of the business very well. They can have academies where they will have opportunities for those academies. Send them abroad. Let them go and do trials in. Look at that Nigerian boy that is doing trial in Chelsea. I'm sure if Chelsea decides to sign that guy, the club is coming from.
For me, yeah,
they will make money.
Benefit from me. No, that's
but that one is just one-off. You only get one-off.
I'm not saying no.
It's not consistent.
It's one of
Hafiz Ibrahim of Ojodu City FC. Actually, Hafiz Ibrahim's story is quite interesting. They played at the Viareggio Club in Italy, an annual competition, and impressed. And actually, Bodo Glimt in Norway, the club that Victor Boniface also started from, tried to sign him with like no trial, just pay money to his club. I think about 200,000 euros or something like that.
Wow.
200 or 3,000 as the transfer fee. Okay, then he joins the club immediately. The deal was progressing until an opportunity to trial at Chelsea came up. So Chelsea and the player and the club have not even discussed how much it is they're going to pay or whatnot. He's just trying. So now he has given up on the Bodo Glimt option to go and take a trial at Chelsea, which may or may not work out.
But you have to agree now. At the time when the Bodo Glimt deal was going on, it wasn't well talked about now. Even while this trial is going on, everybody's talking about him.
Yeah, but which one?
Because actually social media amplifies it.
The Nigerian player trial at Chelsea is bigger news than the Nigerian player. But which one is best for his career? How many youngsters do Chelsea have now?
They have a lot of them, and they send them on loan.
And you know what Chelsea's model is, as John just said. I mentioned Victor Boniface. It's the same. Like there's a part from Bodo Glimt, all those Norwegian clubs. John Obi started in Norway. Yeah. You actually get an opportunity to play competitive football at the high level, and then get signed by
a few European appearances.
Europa League, Conference League, and whatnot, and they get signed by a bigger club. Which for me personally, for where I sit, I feel like it was a mistake to turn down Bodo Glimt, especially because that was a short. It was not a trial. So just come and sign for us. We already see you, already like you. Chelsea still want to see and be convinced. And even if they are convinced and they sign you, it's a bigger club, it's Chelsea.
They don't.
But what does that mean for his career?
So they can loan him out to get playing time wherever he is. If he's good enough, he can come back. I know, but what is the
last Nigerian that embarked on this joint that I remember of one from one of our under 17 sets. The fact that I can't even remember his name already tells you all you need to do. Another is Kenneth Omero.
Even I know was a Chelsea player.
Orlando came through the ranks. Came to the academy. So that one is normal. But Omero was actually signed by Chelsea after the under 17 or under 20 World Cup where he impressed. And at the point, he was Chelsea's longest serving player. He was at the club for 10 years. Never made a single appearance.
I'm telling you.
I was at the club for 10 years.
I agree.
He was always on loan.
But one thing I know is that at least you always have, if it's a special kid, after all said and done about setting up an academy in the process, then send these players out to these clubs, let's come back home a bit again and look at the sustainability for all these big men we are talking about.
That's why I said
there's a sustainability problem in the NPFL, and I quite agree with you. And today talking about the fact that will a businessman just be handing out 20 million every week to prosecute
every season?
I don't say every week.
And that's everything yourself. It's a ballpark estimation from 2019.
Yes, which now you go down enter like 30 million or more. The one that's even worse.
That's aside playing the players.
The one that's even worse off is you qualify for the Champions League or the CAF competition.
And you're traveling outside Nigeria.
And you're traveling outside Nigeria. Oh my goodness, the money is. That's why you see the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns. I think I've said it here several times. They finished the FIFA series
playing for South Africa.
Playing for South Africa. That's in the friendly. And you know what they did? They flew them to Tanzania straight because they were going to face young Africans. You know, they flew them from that place to Tanzania to go and prosecute that game. But who is the chairman of? Who is the chairman of?
You say what?
Musepe is the chairman of.
He can't be the chairman.
But some
even beyond Musepe, there is a proper structure, and those clubs have one thing that we don't, which is that there is interest in football.
South African league, where their fans are passionate.
They watch football, they pay money to watch football, they pay money to buy merchandise, their players are celebrities,
and the football games are on TV.
Football is as it should be. Yes, football is as it should be in Egypt. The Egyptian Super Cup final had Jose Mourinho and Delima Ronaldo bringing out their trophy before an Egyptian Super Cup final. You know how much they would have even paid them to even do that. And we are still here bragging who is using hand to score.
So see that model for now, I'm sure they are going to look at it very well, the Elumelus and co, and see if it's something they can do for the long run. It's not just acquiring a club for 2 years and at the end of the day you abandon it.
That's true.
If you are going to acquire a club, acquire that club, and I agree with you, build it from the start.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
get the structure
and put a structure in it.
Like I said, I'm not even a fan of saying you want to take over Yimba, you want to know, because already in clubs like that there are some people who are pissing. So should I use
there are principalities? That's
there are people who are pissing.
It's not going to work.
That system already, because I know what I'm saying. The best thing is, my brother, even if you have to go to NLU, go and buy a club. Start from NLU, build your structure, have an academy there, progress in the NNL, and when you get to the NPFL, you can take it from there and build the structure.
Because wait, so I'm even thinking, even if Tony gives them an offer that they cannot refuse,
they will not collect it.
They will still not collect it. That's the problem.
Because one, they will get fired.
Yes, now.
Or two, even if they stay, they will start asking for accountability, and there's
they will run the club like a proper business.
Yes.
It won't be a case of running at a CSR. Like, so it's something that, for me, on the face value, it's not something I see happening in the next 2-3 years.
The best they can do is they start their own clubs, and that's the best. If me because of experience,
just the way MFM did.
Because of experience, so buy a club.
MFM, what frustrates one down.
Yeah,
we were having a discussion yesterday behind the camera. When make I don't talk, if I talk,
if you don't talk for
let me tell you, there was a MFL were winning games. They were saying it is of the Lord's doing, it's marvelous in our eyes. It is marvelous in our eyes. But we know they were winning games.
But the eyes don't see shaking.
The eyes don't shaking.
When it was not sustainable at a point again, the chairman of the club at the time left. Those boys thought it was very easy to start managing the club. They came in, they faltered. At the end of the day, when the GO said that it was not sustainable again, what they did was to disband everybody.
Now, this is another thing and another reason for the shenanigans, is the sense that for the government-owned clubs, the only way they can go back to the government to collect more money is when they get results, and you understand, the performances are they
have to be winning.
So they are so desperate to win that they don't even care how they win. They just
my theory about why governments will continue to own clubs in Nigeria, apart from even the political propaganda side of it, is because, like we said, there's no way for an individual to own a club and don't be pumping money and you don't make money. You will get tired eventually.
That's it. That's the simple logic.
Government money, they finish.
Exactly.
So they tire government.
So regardless of who is there, the money is there. It now depends on whoever the administration is, what their priorities is.
What their priorities are
at the time. So the government will always have money to run, and that's why my own suggestion to a bit of solution is probably find a way to government to not hands off totally, have like a 51-49% agreement, like the way they do in Germany, where the club owners and the fans actually own majority of the club. They own majority. They own 51%. That's why German clubs cannot just make decisions without them. German clubs were not part of this Super League because they cannot.
So this thing you said about German, was it Joshua Kimmich? He said German fans they abuse their players. It's not the way these guys go on social media. This was the fans who actually called for removal. The fans can remove the chairman of the club if they are not impressed.
Yeah, because they have
a stake in it.
So if let's say someone like Tony Numelu wants to buy let's say it's Eyimba that is his peak of his fancy. I know for a fact there's no way the Abia State
Who hands over Eyimba?
will let Eyimba go. It's just simply not possible.
The what? The
Abia State government go for where?
They can't.
You know
They have a new governor.
My brother,
If you know that,
no hands up. You don't understand. You don't even understand.
It is simply not possible. It is not. No.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not possible?
Okay, let me tell you.
I'm not saying I am.
You're not getting it. You still don't understand. The club I'm talking about in the southwest, the figures we were talking about were in the figures were almost 90 G. So the owners of Sporting Lagos now, they were ready to pour out the money. Do you know how much I'm talking about?
I know it's in
Serious
billions.
money.
It's in
The
billions.
club has been as well as it's not
Serious money. But eventually,
Let me even say it. They were ready to pay 2 billion naira. So let me say the amount. They were ready to pay 2 billion to purchase this particular club we are talking about. But they rejected.
No, me. I won't mention the name. I can mention the position if I mention.
I know the club. It's Sunshine Stars.
I won't mention Akure now.
Sunshine Stars. Why is the purchase Sunshine Stars for 2 billion naira? But at the end of the day,
they were giving conditions that first they said
yes.
you not change the name.
Yes.
You not move away from Akure.
Yes.
Stay in Akure and this don't want
because the club is important to the
yeah, exactly.
Like whether they don't act like it by only player salary or whatever. It is during election period you know
how important Sunshine Stars is.
So I know for a fact. I thought, like I said, I'll say it again. Roman Abramovich cannot buy Eyimba. No matter how much he offers. The best that will happen is this 51-49 split.
Yeah, bring your money.
Let the government take. And
the conditions will be very stringent.
Yeah. You can't move.
The conditions they will be given.
You can't move. You can't even move.
You can't move the club away from where it is, and you can't change it. In fact, you cannot come and change Eyimba's name to Tolu Enimelu FC or something. Like it's not. It is Eyimba. It's an institution. So I actually support. I actually support that. Even with the subjects, that some things are just too historic. It's just you cannot buy FC Barcelona and decide that you want to change it.
No, it's not possible.
You want to change
FC.
Anyway, let's talk about a foreign club that's behaving like an NPFL club, which is Chelsea. How does Chelsea? When you look at Chelsea's fixtures, you look at Burnley, look at Man United, look at Sheffield United. You will expect that okay, they will beat Burnley and Sheffield United and then drop points. Tell me how Chelsea only beat Man United and drop points to the 19th and 20th teams in the league.
Have you seen Robin Hood? You see Robin Hood. You take from the rich. We are very. Chelsea is a very compassionate club. We can't be stingy.
Compassionate is Gakpo Gideon. Compassionate is
very compassionate. Okay, imagine a team like Sheffield. And you go to their club and you're beating them 4-0.
What is the compassion for my own mental health?
Your own mental health is a fact that you understand that we are not.
If I were a Chelsea fan, I would have stopped watching Chelsea game. Seriously, because it is draining mentally. I don't understand. I was watching that Chelsea game and I was telling myself that is it that you guys just decide not to play well against these average teams, and when you want to play big,
it's not even. I don't even understand. This same Sheffield and Burnley game, do you know they were leading as at 80-something minutes?
Last Chelsea.
Yes. Of course, the Sheffield equalizer came
93rd minutes. Only my brother equalized in 93rd minutes.
The Sheffield is the same thing.
Let's talk about United game, which is what I actually wanted to talk about. Game of the season, yes or no?
That's the game between Liverpool
and Chelsea and United. Chelsea, that's the proper advert for Premier League, yes.
The late 4-3.
Yes.
Consider that to think about it. Which other game of the season? I mean, you can say Chelsea Man City 4-4.
Yes, Chelsea Man City 4-4. I think for me that's the game of the season. That game was way too. And again, remember before that game, Chelsea were not playing too well. So let me was going to be a whitewash.
When has Chelsea played?
No, I'm saying that a lot of people thought it was going to be a whitewash. A lot of people thought it was going to be a whitewash.
Yeah. Chelsea actually avoided the team against City twice this season.
The first one was the first leg now.
And that's what I'm saying. That like both games, Chelsea avoided the first.
Yes, I'm even talking about the first one.
Yeah.
I thought that with the way Chelsea were playing, City should tear them apart. Even when Chelsea scored that, even when Man City scored that first goal, when Ireland goal, Chelsea's response was shocking. Chelsea were now leading 2-1 at a point before City. So I think maybe it's a deliberate the coach.
It's not a
No,
deliberate.
wait, the
It's
coach.
not a
Pochettino will tell them.
It's
Pochettino will
not
tell
a
them.
deliberate anything.
Listen to me.
Let me hear you.
Pochettino will tell them, boys, the only way to save my job is play well against these big teams. Even if we lose to the small teams, I will still remain as your coach.
No, there's no deliberate anything.
So what
Have you seen this video? There's a cartoon video that I saw.
The
likes of Liverpool, they are on a power bike. They're driving towards the Premier League, towards the top of the table. Arsenal driving towards the top of the table. Man U, the car don't spoil. Then they push ourselves towards the top of the table. Chelsea, they carry Bugatti. Then they drive, come down. Right?
The things the other way. Slowly at the top.
Chelsea United was incredible. I actually left. I was watching at the bar.
I thought I was the only one.
I was watching at the bar.
It mainly got to 3-2.
No, not even really because they scored the 3-2 quite, I think around the 7 something minutes. So I was still watching on open for an equalizer. But 88, 89 minutes, I'm still going to emotion. I just stood up and left and headed home. Only
I didn't even
get home. I had my phone on me the whole time. I was on my way home. I was just getting goal in the street.
And you know that goal is not actually United.
Because
I didn't watch the Farmers goal. But when I heard that the shout, I knew this was Chelsea.
And the 3-3-1 actually, even at 3-3 I was still annoyed that game that we're leading 2-0. I'll now be celebrating 3-3 with penalty. I did not even pay more. I was still en route at the 3-3. But the 4-3 was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
But
Kopama, Chelsea's player of the season.
Yeah, but definitely. He has
Is he a Premier League player of the season nominee?
He should. Because he has single-handedly carried the club to an extent.
But you know he has not made the English national team.
He was called up the last
time. Of course,
he didn't play though.
You see, there are a lot of players that would, maybe because of Southgate. If another
coach have their preferences.
That's it. If for Southgate to still be calling Calvin Phillips, with the wobbling and the fumbling of Calvin Phillips for West Ham this season, he doesn't deserve to go to the Euros. But let's leave that for Southgate. For Kopama, I think that's the best thing that happened to Chelsea this season. Buying Kopama from Manchester City, and you know what? He has slotted him very well.
As a City fan, we are two Chelsea fans. Yeah. Do you feel bad about the transfer now? Do you feel Kopama could have been given more of a chance at
yes,
especially since you sold Mahrez?
Yes, I think so. But the problem still, but the issue is that Palmer wouldn't be starting so much games, even if he was still at Man City. The truth is this. Now you see more of the time now Bernardo plays from the left.
Yes.
And Bernardo starts most of Man City's game. Now on the right, they have two players, Jeremy Doku and Jack Grealish. Now see that even Foden, if he doesn't play from left, he's playing from the midfield. Yeah. So for Cole Palmer, he will still struggle to get a place in the City side. Well, I still feel bad that he went to Chelsea because come on, that guy is hell of a talent. Even when he was at City,
he has
Cole Palmer,
20 games in all competition now.
I love
16.
All competition.
Yeah.
I love Cole Palmer a lot. When I watch Cole Palmer against Man City, I'm always angry because he is always Chelsea's best player against Man City. He finds a way to create chance, take on the defenders.
And I like how well he has been able to perform in big games. When it comes to big games.
Of course.
And I like how well he has performed in big games.
Let me tell you something about Cole Palmer that I even think if you compare him side by side with Phil Foden, Cole Palmer has something. He's much more calm, and I think his intelligence in football. See,
he doesn't like the shout. See,
I think that Cole Palmer is more intelligent than Phil Foden.
Oh,
yeah.
Coming for a City fan.
See, you know why I'm saying that? I've watched Cole Palmer several years. I think he has more footwork than Phil Foden.
Okay.
Yeah, he has more footwork. And you know what? He has final pass. But in terms of finding pocket of space, Foden is Lord in that word. And Foden too, he knows how to dribble. But you see, I think football knowledge, in terms of intelligence, I think Cole Palmer starts. We didn't know more of all of these when he was at City because he was being overshadowed by a lot of these superstars. But now he's in Chelsea, he has all the freedom, and he plays with so much freedom. If Cole Palmer does not play in that Chelsea team,
they are gone.
you will know that Chelsea is literally dead.
Relegation.
Is the season even? Is the season not still over right now?
But at least we are not in
Let me tell you,
relegation.
okay, take Cole Palmer out of that.
No, don't take all his goals away from
Chelsea will probably be in 19th. Or
No,
18th.
now what's that? They've dropped 2 points again from Everton now. We'll be around 16 now. What's me of that? No, 16.
Wait,
Everton will be
you guys
at
are on, is it 11 or 12 for how many games? 12 position.
how many games throughout the season? Why are you doing like that? We are in 10 and 11. That's where we have been navigating 10 and 11 since then.
But should Pochettino be sacked? Poch.
Who is
Should he
that?
be sacked? Poch.
Sacked or shot?
Even referee that allow volleyball is not shooting.
If you ask me,
Now sack the sacker.
I asked you that question. But if you ask me, I think Poch should be kept. See, he's building a project. Let me tell you something. Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans, listen. These guys are.
Okay, let's hear you.
If I were a Chelsea fan, I would give Pochettino the chance to still be at the end of affairs. It's simple.
For how many years? Like 7 years.
It's simple. For extra 2 years.
Okay.
It's simple. Pochettino is building something massive in Chelsea. You see, there are some players in that Chelsea team. They are stepping up gradually. I see some Chelsea fans. They are just being hateful. Talking about my own Caicedo. I love Caicedo when he was at Brighton, and when he came to Chelsea,
You couldn't sign
he's
him.
still playing well. They hate him, but Caicedo is a fantastic player.
Okay, give us Rodri. Take Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Since you love him so much. The place is position.
There are certain thunders
Thank you very much.
there are certain thunders that you don't want to declare.
No. We are not even asking for all. We don't want too much.
How can you?
No. Please, take Nicolas Jackson. Give us a lot.
Yes. Nicolas Jackson is one player that I love so much. Nicolas Jackson is like, if you mention top 5 strikers in the league, let me tell you, Nicolas Jackson is underrated. That's the point I have with Chelsea fans.
God,
Chelsea fans
thunder from heaven.
Listen, Chelsea fans.
Thunder.
Now, it's Nicolas Jackson goes thunder.
Come on now. They will fire this.
Let me tell you, if I own a club today, Nicolas Jackson is one player that I will sign in my team.
This is why you don't.
He's got strength. He's got pace. He can run. He can run behind his defenders. He knows how to. I know that he has
space. Is he a long jumper?
He said talking about the striker, he said I know that he has issue putting the ball in his back.
Sometimes
it's primary job, you know, Sabi.
He's young.
His primary job is still young. He can improve.
If I'm a Chelsea fan right about now, if I'm a Chelsea fan right now, I'll be patient with that team. I know that in 2-3 years we are building a project. He's an American billionaire. He knows what he's doing. Chelsea may not be succeeding at the moment. Doesn't mean that Chelsea is bad. Chelsea will still come alive. They will still come.
But you agree now.
And when they start winning league, they will say, "Oh, thank God we've not sacked Pochettino."
On that note,
please let's end this.
We are done.
Another lie will make.
I cannot hear anymore.
No.
It's been a fun episode. We have to sign out on a very, very sad note. In the early hours of last week, we heard the tragic news of the passing of one of our colleagues, Ayo Adams. Rest in peace. Absolutely lovely guy. Rest in peace, Ayo Adams. And pray that God rest his soul. Young chap, lovely fellow. And some things just happened that I have less by the transfer. But on that note, Sport Vibe. We're out here. See you next week. Hopefully
we'll see fire.
You will not see him next week because I'm going to arrange for him to be detained.
I will be here next week.
You will be spending next week with Bobrisky and very dark man.
Ọlọ́run má jẹ́.